about Louisville? There's been a buzz all season long. A new stadium on the way just across the interstate. But tonight, one last regular season game at the old barn. Louisville Slugger Field, the site in downtown Louisville, as Lou City takes on the team they faced in the 2017 final, Swope Park Rangers. Tonight's pregame brought to you by Four Roses Bourbon, joined by Matt Stubbington, Mike Watson. If you look at where the bracket stands right now, Swope knows they are well out of the playoff picture. But we'd probably get a Louisville-Indianapolis Proximity Association football contest if it ended right now.
How many times can you say that quickly? But it would be a really great matchup if it happens. Lou City, if they can win their last two matches, stand a good chance of getting home field advantage. Slugger Field, it's such a great place to play. But it's all important to get the wins under your belt to make sure you still keep that first round bye in the playoffs.
Yeah, they probably need all 6 points to get the 4, but let's take a look at our player with the most potential, sponsored by Corsair Charities, showing children their potential instead of their obstacles since 1923. To get those points, Chris Hubbard's got to be big.
He has to be big. He plays so well in net, makes the goal look small. Tonight, the key is going to be communication with the defenders in front of him. It's a new back four that he's going to be playing with, and he's got to make sure that everybody's on the same page and organized against Swope Park tonight.
And last time these teams met at Children's Mercy Park, well, Hubbard wasn't available. Really, no goalkeepers are available. It was the emergency player, Brian Holt. That was a long, long time ago. One of the lows of the Louisville season. Swope Park, it's a season full of lows. They're at the very bottom of the standings. We've got Louisville and Swope Park lineups and kickoff next.
It's a simple truth. There is no better place than where you are right now. Celebrate the moment. Feed the wolf.
We're on a Toyota USA road trip in the new 2020 Corolla.
So they're calling this the greater than ever Corolla. It's pretty easy to see why.
Yeah, it's got more power, better MPG, and unbelievable styling.
Also Toyota Safety Sense 2.0.
Yeah.
Standard. Don't have to pay extra. That's always nice.
Now, get up to $1,000 cash back on Corolla.
Or a low mileage lease for just $159 a month.
It's my turn to drive.
Nope.
Toyota, let's go places.
We are those searching the unlimited, the unrestrained. Those that understand that life is a pursuit. Feed the wolf.
Isn't it time to finally do something about your allergies? Rush allergy shots at Family Allergy and Asthma can begin to work in as little as 1 day, so you can find permanent relief faster than ever. Don't wait to feel better. Family Allergy and Asthma.
Since 1923, Corsair Charities has shown children their potential instead of their obstacles. So they see the world as a place of possibility, where great things can take flight. When you support Corsair Charities, you help elevate every aspect of a child's life. Together, our kids, an entire community, can reach new heights. There's so much more to do. Join us by donating today.
I trust you are enjoying yourself, my sweet.
Magnificent party, darling. How do you pull it off?
The usual, please.
Good afternoon, sir.
Welcome, Chad. Beautiful. I have the best people. Liquor Barn, where Kentuckians go to celebrate life. Cheers.
There's a reason everyone around here complains about allergies. They're bad. But Family Allergy and Asthma can build up your immunity to what makes you miserable, ending your suffering for good. No more symptoms means no more complaining. Family Allergy and Asthma.
Welcome back. GE Appliances welcomes you on the field for tonight's game broadcast as Louisville City, 6th place in the Eastern Conference, 3 points out of a tie for 4th, taking on Swope Park Rangers on the pink match, the final game at Slugger Field in the regular season. Joined by Matt Stubbington, Mike Watts. Here are tonight's starting lineups presented by UPSJobs.com. It's all in pink tonight. Speedy Williams has already scored for Jamaica today. He's not in the lineup. 4 changes.
Well, with the international break, missing Francis and Williams along the back line. Craig and Tosh are out, one through suspension, one for a rest. So Sohayi and Pay come in. It's going to be really important that they're on the same page with Hubbard tonight.
And Paco Craig's regular season is over. 2-game suspension, 11 yellow cards. Meanwhile, Swope Park Rangers with their starting 11. Busio, well-known Sporting KC guy.
Good to see him in the lineup, and there's a lot of youngsters in this team for Swope Park Rangers tonight. So see whether they can play spoiler to Lou City's last home game at Slugger Field.
Paulo Nagamura, second season at the helm for Swope Park Rangers. Former Sporting KC player. Tonight's keys to the game, powered by Kentucky Lottery. A reminder you that lottery proceeds fund college scholarship and grant programs, including every dollar of the popular Keys Scholarship Program, Matt.
Well, for the visitors, deny the width. You know that Lou City like to create things from out wide, and Swope Park will probably have 4 across the midfield to try and do that. For the home team, John Hagworth was not happy with the ball movement midweek or the tempo. So look to see Lou City get back to the way that they like to play and get on the front foot with some rhythm and tempo early in this match, and also try and move the ball quicker and create unbalances across the field.
Ownby plays back to Rasmussen. Keem Watts has been waiting for a chance to get back in, and Akil lost it there. And a free kick in the process.
Watts just nipping at the heels of Alexander there. Referee, Mr. Tattersall tonight, blowing the whistle. Just allowing the left fullback to get back to his feet.
Slipped that up the right-hand side. Vanacore Decker ran out of room. Tonight's first half brought to you by El Nopal Mexican Cuisine. Be sure to visit any of 27 Louisville area locations. La Fiesta starts here. Proud partner of Louisville City FC. And this portion of tonight's game brought to you by Toyota. Let's go places. Captain tonight, Graham Smith, plays the center of defense. So send Swahi back, and Hubbard picks it up. Interesting moment here for Chris Hubbard, in that this back four has not been together once this year. No Paco Craig. Sean Tosh picked up an injury. Sean Francis with the national team. So really, Oscar Jimenez is the one where you go, oh yeah, he's usually there. Everyone else has been in and out of the lineup over the course of the year. And for Watts, well, this is only his third start.
It's very inexperienced as far as game time together, this unit. It's going to be interesting to see how they cope with things. John Hagworth not happy with the speed of play out of the back in midweek. Looking for Taylor Pay and Suahi to play with a little bit more urgency and get the ball forward.
Watts got his arm a bit high.
Referee's letting them play. Looked like there were a couple of fouls there that no whistle was forthcoming.
Ownby, now Del Piccolo scoops it forward. Ownby's come out like his beard is on fire.
Another season with injury problems for Ownby, and much like last year, as the season wound down, he was so desperate to make an impact when he came back from injury. One thing we know, though, is that he does make an impact on the opposition scouting report, because he must be one of the first names put on.
Hubbard. Jimenez, who had a tightness in his hamstring, felt like the game at Nashville was in the right moment to play him. You lose him there, and he'd likely be done for the season. Openo went over the ankle of Busio, but it stays with Louisville in the end.
Openo went for the spectacular. And that time it was trying to sell the foul to the official. Perhaps if he had just gone down in a normal manner rather than spectacular, he might have got the benefit of the doubt.
Ownby did enough to bring it down. Rasmussen. Pressure mounting a bit. Played away by Tyler Freeman. Turned back to Jimenez. Louisville is all over Swope Park in the opening 5 minutes.
That's what the difficulty is for Swope, is that they can't get together up the field as a unit because of the pressure from Lou City. So far the home team have found ways to connect the passes.
Popino. Watts. Stabbed down right in front of Rasmussen. 5 minutes in, and perhaps there's something here for Swope. Broke down looking for Vanacore Decker. Played aside by Pay.
Nice little work there in the back line for Swope. You see how disconnected the team is. The midfield four are just not fast enough up the pitch to help out Vanacore Decker. A little surprised that Hopino is playing on the right, Rasmussen on the left, although there was a rotation of players, and Ownby through the middle at the moment for the home team.
Hopino, Rasmussen curling! That would have been some kind of goal to begin the send-off to Slugger Field.
He went for the spectacular and it almost came off. Hopino committing 3 players to him. Finds Rasmussen to his left, and Dane couldn't get that left foot curled around the ball enough to put it into the back of the net, but first shot in this match and almost ended up with a spectacular goal.
Hubbard has his palms stinged from distance, and this is in the goal! Zed Pedro, a ricochet off the clearance. This is the very definition against the run of play, but Swope Park leads.
Disbelief from the head coach. Maybe thinking back to the last time these two teams met, when a misplay in the back from the goalkeeper led to the opening goal. It was a stinging shot off of Zed Pedro. He follows up his own rebound. You see the reaction of Suwahi there. Taylor playing it back to the goalkeeper. Should have turned it outside. No communication between the back four. Well done by number 70 to take the initial shot. At least I believe it was him. It was a knuckling, stinging effort that Hubbard couldn't cleanly deal with. And then to follow up and cause havoc in the back line. And as you said, Mike, against the run of play, there's 1-0 to the visitors.
And they've turned it over in the back line again. This time Hubbard cleans up the mess. In recent memory, I can't think of a deeper cut in terms of against the run of play than that. Turned over to Watts. Hopino. Early ball, that was cut out. Played into space. Alexander. With Swope Park, with board-certified allergists serving 16 offices throughout Louisville Metro and Southern Indiana. Relief always nearby. Family Allergy and Asthma, the official weather sponsor. Louisville City. Visit familyallergy.com. 56 degrees, no chance of rain in the forecast. Mild wind, and a perfect night for Louisville to set their season high in home attendance. And that'll be the case this evening as fans continue to file in. Clipped down by Alexander. Freeman. Smith. Dynamic ball over the back line. A bit too far.
It's a dynamic ball, a dynamic run from the right back position by Lindsay. Here's the goal. There's the stinging shot. Goalkeeper unable to handle it cleanly. And then nobody paying any attention to Pedro running through the back line. Taylor Pay playing it back to the goalkeeper Hubbard, who just trying his best to clear it. Almost gets his pocket picked again.
And Matt, in truth, I'm thinking about not only the game at Swope Park where Louisville gifted Swope two goals, but beyond that, losing your theoretical top 2 center backs. I'm not sure that pass assuredly comes back. I really don't know who to blame, if we're being honest.
And the truth is players at this level should be able to communicate and shout man on. It just wasn't happening. And that's where the breakdown happened, and somebody has to make sure that everybody's aware of where players are. And yeah, Taylor Pay made the fatal pass, but there was no communication to him to say, hey, turn it outside.
Freeman taken by Rasmussen. Came off Busio.
Rhythm of play is a little disrupted at the moment for the home team. Too many touches on the ball. Passing and moving as they were in the lead up to the goal. It's allowing Swope Park to have some time to close down and put some pressure on.
Jimenez galloping on and trying a skipping shot right at Pools Camp. Last year's with Galaxy too. He traveled with Bournemouth as well. But a former U.S. Youth International who played against the KC Academy in a friendly and ultimately fit into their plans. All the way back down to Hubbard on the other end. Hackworth alluded this week to a little bit of pain keeping you grounded. Felt like that 10-game unbeaten streak gave them an immense confidence they could play with anybody, but also the way it ended at Nashville, a gut punch at the end of the game from Jimmy Ockford. Can't help but think maybe the timing of that is appropriate, allowing them to build back up through their last 2 games and into the playoffs.
And in a funny way, it does take the pressure off a little bit to have that result. You don't want to lose a game, but it does take the pressure off just a little bit.
Slide in by Sawahi, and John Hackworth made it quite clear. Trust me, we didn't want to lose the game.
Absolutely not. I mean, you think back to the Rowdies game, conceding the 2 goals late in that match. I mean, that would have been gut punch enough, I think. If you're able to take away 3 points from that match, Blue City right now would be in the top 4, most likely.
Freeman. Shifted back to Smith. The 18th overall pick in the Super Draft a year ago.
The difficulty for Lou City as well as all of the tiebreakers at this point go against them as far as wins in the league and then goal difference.
This lost by Rasmussen, and Jimenez recovers. Ownby can put a real charge in this. Ownby, Holpino, great effort play to keep it alive. Watts.
I really thought that Ombi was going to take the shot there. Openo did a really good job to keep possession with the home team. Swope Park's back line to string Ombi along enough, just enough to deny the shot.
Watts lofting up for Ombi. Ball deflected down and swung away from Openo. Funny, most coaches you and I talk to, Matt, will say in the first 10 games of a year, I don't look at the standings. And then you get 20 games in, and at minimum, they'll say, all right, I've looked at them. By the time you get 30 games in, they're thinking, okay, this is where the points work out. Then you get to 33 and 34, and you're going, all right, where are the tiebreakers?
Yep.
Quarter hour in here in New York and Tampa Bay. If it were to finish level on points, would most certainly have the win tiebreaker beyond the second tiebreaker that's goal difference that would be nearly impossible to overturn by now.
Going into this game, it was plus 11 for Louisville. Teams above them are plus 29, I think plus 20 if I remember correctly.
Comes to Openo. New York plus 28 and a plus 29 from Rowdies.
I got one of them right.
You did. You're underselling the Rowdies, my friend. Look at this from Swope Park. They've gotten in behind. Pedro is waiting in the middle of the box. Vanacore Decker knocked off. And cleanly at that.
Work from Pei and from Swahi to slow things down enough for Matsosa to come back and help out. A little bit of concern there that Vanacore Decker is able to get behind the back too quite that easily.
Watts. This portion of tonight's game brought to you by Republic Bank. Good step by Matsoso, and an even better one the other way by Smith. Smith right up the gut. And Busio not only facing up goal, he's running right at it. And the slip through, Vanacore Decker being strung out. Back now, shot right at the feet of Hubbard. As Tyler Freeman got way forward there.
This is a beautiful little slip pass from Busio. Vanacore Decker onside. Oh, hesitation. Allows Pei to just cut the angle down. Decker does well in the end to find Freeman, but should have taken the opportunity when it first presented itself.
Good read by Felipe Hernandez, who at the age of 21 feels like he's been with Swope Park forever. Average age of this starting lineup is 21 years old, and the aged veteran of the group is Vanacore Decker.
Credit to Swope Park. I mean, they haven't given up on the season. They haven't given up on games. Had some late goals scored. The results have not obviously gone their way. And when you're playing for pride, sometimes that can be more important or a bigger incentive than playing for points. And the turnover at the halfway line.
Swope Park has grown into this game. Hernandez, Busio! Off the post and in! Busio is that good. 2-0 Swope Park. And this season high crowd in Louisville is positively stunned.
Well, pocket picked again, this time at the halfway line. Hernandez does really well, intercepts the pass, gets his head down, commits the defender, then understands where the support is coming from. Busio trailing the play. Everybody had collapsed on Hernandez, and that allowed number 13 a lot of space to take that shot. Boy, did he take it well. Great celebration in the background of that low angled replay there of Alexander, number 92. Double fist pump. There's a little bit of silence behind the goal of Polskamp right now.
That is the 5th career goal in 44 career games for Gianluca Busio. And Gianluca, a regular for Sporting Kansas City this year. Their season obviously over now. 3 goals for them this year. I spoke with Peter Vermees going all the way back to Champions League at the beginning of the year, and I was asking about Busio and his expectations for him. So I said, hey, he's in the same place that Tyler Adams was in 2 or 3 years ago, where he's just breaking into the first team. I want to talk about a very positive comparison that you can make. They're not quite the same player, but speaks to what they think of young Gianluca Busio.
Speaks volumes of anticipation of his potential. Again, an error in the back on the pass out. And conversation with John Hackworth talked about how the City kept passing into pressure in the midweek game. And it seems like they've started to fall into that trap once more. On the ball there. It's been a key linchpin in this first half for Swope Park Rangers. Made a couple of really important interceptions. Just swinging back into the back line, occupying the left back position at the moment. That allows Alexander to go forward.
Hernandez added to his assist haul over the years. Vanacore Decker wanted to scissor that in. Out by Ownby. You know, you think about Sporting Kansas City on the larger platform of MLS. Finished in 11th in the Western Conference on 38 points. The Kansas City Star reporting yesterday through a report by Sam McDowell that Peter Vermees will be back next year. Speaking with one former U.S. men's national team player in recent weeks, a little bit about that. He goes, if you said you're going to win X number of Open Cups and MLS Cup and go to the playoffs every year the next 8 years, sign up for that tomorrow. Vanacore Decker plays it out, and this slid off target. So the level of Sporting Kansas City and Swope Park, who have been to the playoffs each of the last 3 years, and 2 USL Championship finals, is bordering on unparalleled at both levels. Of course, Louisville can make the argument at the USL Championship level of being at that level and a bit beyond over the years.
The hardest thing is consistency in performance and result.
Openo. It's a bit slow to react from Rad.
I wonder if Lou City would be better off with Openo playing through the middle. Now Ownby the freedom to rain down the flanks, get behind the back line and play those balls in. Openo has had some success, but Ownby just has a different gear as far far as the speed is concerned from Hopino.
24 minutes gone in Louisville. And Swope Park scored in the 7th minute completely against the run of play. And since then, have probably been the better team for about 15 minutes now. Scored in the 20th through Busio.
That team that was on their heels, they get a little bit of luck.
Louisville's lost it again. A last-ditch defensive effort will send this skying out of play. That was Sawahi going to ground.
I could say since the Pedro goal, Swope Park have had their tails up.
Well played. There's Pedro. He came out of the Porto Academy. Never did debut with their first team. Swirling in, caught by Hubbard. Don't be left out of the brand new Lynn Family Stadium. Season tickets now officially on sale for everyone, and over 5,000 have already been sold. Go to LouCity.com or call 502-LOU-CITY and learn more. Coming up at halftime, I'll show you what stadium's looking like these days. The grass is down, which is outstanding. Luke Spencer already starting to chat this out with Danny Cruz. One wonders if they're going to make a tactical change early on here to try and change the dynamic. Hopino, not quite sure why this is going to be with Swope Park. Feels he didn't commit a foul.
Well, the assistant on this near sideline indicated a corner kick. And as Tattersall came over, blows the whistle for the free kick. It speaks volumes. The concern that John Hackworth has right now, if indeed he does go to the bench and bring Spencer off on to the field. Interested to see who comes off.
Right. Slow there from Pulskamp. Drew in Omby. If you think about it, Omby is your out-and-out striker, right? If you're going to play a true number 9, that's your guy. Omby perhaps a bit miscast. Omby crossing for Rasmussen.
And again by Smith.
There's your change. There's your answer. Spencer just walked right up to the 4th official. Don't forget that when Louisville felt it wasn't going well against Nashville a week ago, they went to a 3-5-2. He came off the bench against Nashville. We'll be doing it again. Watts. Rasmussen. Jimenez did well to control. Matt Soso. Rasmussen. Ownby bounding in front, and Pulskamp able to snag it.
Swope Park Rangers thinking Matt Sosa handled the ball. It may have looked like it in the run of play. That's why he does well with that long clearance from the goalkeeper. Possibly the best chance for the home team to get back in this game, but as yet, other than the Rasmussen shot, they haven't had anything to shout about, the home fans.
Spencer's probably getting a bit cold over there. Been waiting a couple of moments. Swope Park trying to avoid the Eastern Conference's non-existent wooden spoon. Hartford a 4-goal win in the midweek against a potentially playoff-bound Birmingham Legion. It was a total shock to the system. That moved Hartford over Swope into 17th. That's so-so. McCabe. Hernandez. Freeman. Smith. Cave Rad goes back to Cole's camp. Really relaxed break of the Louisville pressure. Now they've given it away. Watts.
Again, it's too many touches. Watts just dribbling into pressure. Had Rasmussen open 4 steps earlier and tries to force the pass in. At that point, there are 3 blue shirts in front of him. The ball was always going to be intercepted.
Back heel came off Holpino. Referee allows play to continue. Gabe Omby. Omby off to his left, pulls camp. Give the old college try, that'll get out. And it'll be a corner.
McCabe, as he delivered the pass to Omby, just ran into a brick wall. Ended up on the deck. The referee played the advantage. Swope Park closing down Omby again, denying the shooting opportunity.
Louisville City substitution.
Jimenez will have to wait on taking the corner kick as Spencer is coming in. Taylor Pay exiting the game. He'll be very frustrated. Disappointed with his effort tonight. Almost in a cameo. John Hackworth will be hoping that Luke Spencer can do a little bit more than this cameo, as he came on and scored in the 78th minute in midweek against Nashville.
Well, that's going to be frustrating for Pay. Substitution brought to you by MHS Global Above and Beyond. Second runner comes, Jimenez. And he's giving it away. And a flock of Swope Park Rangers make their way upfield. Hernandez overrun by Jimenez. The slide in by Spencer. He is flying out there.
Well, the trickery at the corner kick doesn't work if you don't get the service off. Taylor Pay is actually being attended to by the athletic training staff, so maybe there was a niggle there we don't know about, but great effort from Spencer, straight off the bench, immediately making an impact. But that's not the impact that you want from your center forward. You want him up the pitch, finding a way to get on the ensuing clearance, not making the effort at the beginning of the defensive third.
Alexander. Openo. Pedro. Vanacore Decker Wow! 3-0 Swope Park. Gorgeous strike for Vanacore Decker, his 4th of the year. And this qualifies as a total stunner.
Well, this was not the script that was being written at the beginning of this game. A wonderful right-footed strike. Louisville City discombobulated again, easily dispossessed in the midfield third. Ball ends on the foot of Vanacore Decker. He makes no mistake with the right foot.
And the former Louisville Cardinal, he scored 1 goal in his 1 year at Louisville. Well, he's got a goal at Louisville now. And John Hackworth and his side are stunned. Vanacore Decker. Let's say this, John Hackworth felt like as Vanacore Decker crosses and nobody home, the drop-off against Nashville with a heavy rotation for a wide swath of reasons was unacceptable. And I'm not sure anything today has led him to believe anything else. Rasmussen, Hopino, leaves it off, shot ripped in! Matsoso! Louisville grabs one back. And this goal-scoring binge for Napo Matsoso continues.
Finally, something for the home fans to cheer about. This time it was Swope Park Rangers that get dispossessed. Alach with his only mistake so far this game, and it's a dear one. Spencer gets it to Rasmussen. Rasmussen to Hopino. Hopino tees it up for Matsosa. He makes no mistake with the Kentucky Lottery goal. The goal is presented by Kentucky Lottery, fueling imagination, funding education, the Kentucky Lottery.
Can you believe it? 4 goals in this game thus far. And a couple of them have been bangers. The first one was anything but.
Literally and figuratively. The last 3 have been something pretty special. I tell you what, the goal of the week, they could have all 3 of those in there. It'll take something special. It still feels, I mean, I have to say, it feels like there are more goals in this game.
Yeah. There's not a soul watching this game right now who would take that bet. No goals the rest of the way. This portion of tonight's game brought to you by Sullivan University. Well, they're going to send this old barn out right. It'll still be baseball at Slugger Field, but this is the end of the soccer playing days, barring a run here at the end. Cross off the top of the netting. Louisville would need to get at least 4 points out of the last 2 games. And then they're looking at results from Tampa Bay and New York that would need to go their way to jump into 4th. So almost assuredly, this is the end of the line at Slugger Field. Spoke with John Hackworth about the memories that he had at the stadium here. The penalties against New York Red Bulls before his time. Wasn't there when they played their first game here, but said that magical goal by Cameron Lancaster to break the record, the 5-1 win to win the Eastern Conference against Red Bulls 2 last year. And there have been some really special moments here. And of course, the Cameron Lancaster goal against Swope Park that separated the 2 teams in the 2017 final. free kick.
Good refereeing there. Dowsall trying to see if there was going to be advantage to be played. Makes the decision that it's not. Oscar Jimenez trying to stay out, trying to allow Ownby space to work. So important for a supporting player to understand when to continue the run into the area where the player on the ball is, and when to hold off that advancement, because essentially all you're doing then is taking extra defenders into the space. Jimenez just curtailing his run for a moment. Almost got on the end of the pass from Ownby. Referee blowing the whistle for the free kick.
Service whipped across, bouncing all the way through. Swahi, 3-2. And there were more goals in this game.
The perfect delivery on the service from the free kick. You start it at the corner of the 6, you bend it into the far post. The defenders can't make the play. The attacking players can, and there's the central defender, Sawai, at the back post. This is a difficult skill. He has to get up high and deliver the blow down low to put the ball into the back of the net. He did it really well.
And don't look now, Alexi Sawai's first of the year, 4th of his professional career. And that goal presented by the Kentucky Lottery, fueling imagination, funding education, the Kentucky Lottery. Well, Louisville going to 3 in the back. Of course, it's one of the backs who scores off that set piece, but felt like they got a similar reaction against Nashville. Now, if you have Paco Craig and you have Sean Tosh, I don't know that the game unfolds this way, but with those two missing, Tosh picking up a knock against Nashville, and well, Craig out for the rest of the year on yellow card accumulation suspension. John Ackworth had to do a little shuffling here.
To shuffle the deck. And
oh, come on, not another one. Ownby, hoping, no! Yes! 3-3. Come on! Unreal.
Well, the Kentucky Lottery, it's fueling education, it's fueling imagination, and it's fueling goals at Slugger Field. Yet another wonderful finish, this time from Hopenoe. We've been treated to some special ones tonight. Polskamp, no chance. Again, good rhythmic ball movement by the home team. Keeps the ball alive, out to Hopenoe, and he delivers the blow. He's one of those players that creates so many chances.
Rasmussen! Oh, it's over the top.
Oh, Matt Sosa's missing the script now.
Matt, I'm sorry, but you got the order wrong. It's the goal presented by Kentucky Lottery.
And you're reading it.
Fueling imagination, funding education, the Kentucky Lottery, nearly a 4th. Where in the world was this in 2007? One goal, they waited till the 87th minute, and they do the part 2 of this, and it's 6 goals and a half.
Sending the old field out on a barn burner. Only in the first half. Can the second live up to it?
Polskamp. Well, it's a push from Hopenoe, enough to draw the foul. And the fans are into it.
Seems so innocuous as the ball was passed back to Polskamp. Referee blows the whistle. Stops the excitement for a moment.
Swope has given up the 15th most goals this year in the Eastern Conference. They've now given up 73. They're scoring It's in the middle third, the bottom of the middle third, but scored some goals over the course of this year.
John Hackworth doesn't understand why the whistle was blown. I have to say I'm in agreement with the head coach.
If only because if you thought that was a foul, at minimum, just let it play out because the goalkeeper already has the ball, right?
Well, that, and I mean, there'd be an argument for a card if it was a foul.
Hopino pushed away, stepped over the ball. He looks back to the referee longingly and unsatisfied.
No, right decision, no foul there. Swope Park, it's gut check time now for the youngsters of the visiting team. You're up 3-0 and you think that everything's going to be coming up roses and on the way to a victory. There is a reason why City have won the championship a couple of times.
Well, here's the upset of the day. After 6 goals, there is 1 minute of Sullivan University stoppage time, and a sub for that matter.
You would think that there would be a little bit more stoppage time. Lucio is going to be going into the book for that tug of the shirt on Matsosa.
This place has been whipped into a frenzy for the last 20 minutes. Lucio goes into the book. It's his first yellow of the year with Swope Park. 4 roses bourbon yellow card. Louisville scored 3 times in less than 7 minutes to equalize. Flicked across by Magnus Rasmussen. Coming up at halftime, Matt tries to make heads or tails of this first half, and you look at the new venue that'll replace Slugger Field next year. This is Louisville's Arrowhead Stadium, as it might be. There's the halftime whistle. Matt, what in the world did we just watch?
We watched some really hard work on the first goal, some really spectacular work on the ensuing 5 goals. Tremendous competitive effort from both teams. The game flipped on its head when the home team were on the front foot, and then hard work from Pedro to get the rebound into the back of the net, and 3-0 and then 3-3. It's been a game of 2 halves in the first 45 minutes.
No doubt about it. Game on Mouthguard's halftime report coming up. Early on, all the buttons that Paulo Nagamura touched, perfect. A little bit of effort, a little bit of special. 3-3 at the break. Stick around, the highlights are worth it.
Being a legend, nothing gets in your way, work or play. The tough built-in-the USA Tundra, the rugged Tacoma, and the ready-for-adventure 4Runner. For over 50 years, Toyota has built the best trucks money can buy. Trucks that legends are made of. Now, during Toyota Truck Month, get $1,750 cash back on any new 2019 Tacoma. Or lease a new Tacoma 4x4 double cab for $219 a month. Drive a legend. Toyota, let's go places.
Isn't it time to finally do something about your allergies? Rush allergy shots at Family Allergy and Asthma can begin to work in as little as 1 day, so you can find permanent relief faster than ever. Don't wait to feel better. Family Allergy and Asthma.
Since 1923, COSAIR Charities has shown children their potential instead of their obstacles. So they see the world as a place of possibility, where great things can take flight. When you support COSAIR Charities, you help elevate every aspect of a child's life. Together, our kids, an entire community, can reach new heights. There's so much more to do. Join us by donating today.
Central, only on the CW.
When you step onto the field, it's not about what you've done. It's about what you do from here. Those early mornings, late nights. It's what separates the drills from the dream. It's what it takes to be a winning team. On the biggest stage, covered by the biggest team. That's WDRB Sports, the source for college football.
There's a reason everyone around here complains about allergies. They're bad. But family allergy and asthma can build up your immunity to what makes you miserable, ending your suffering for good. No more symptoms means no more complaining.
Welcome into our Game on Mouthguard's halftime report. Slugger Field home to 53. Lou City wins, 13 losses, 21 draws, 10 home playoff games. They've advanced or won each and every one of them, including the 2017 USL Championship Final. Colloquially, it used to be the USL Cup Final. Speedy, Cam, 87th minute game winner.
Oh, there's a beautiful ball in from Speedy, a wonderfully placed header. Today's game is a little bit different, but the excitement perhaps is similar, with the fans getting ready to take a look at the action next year when the stadium is completed, and it's going to be a wonderful home for Louisville City FC.
That was months ago as they were beginning to put up the structure that'll be the Lynn Family Stadium. 2 weeks ago, the sod went down. Finally, a fully grass field. And then this is what it'll look like. It'll open up in March or April next year, depending on how the schedule breaks out, in Louisville as their new home. They're twice now reigning USL Championship champions.
Wish I could put the grass down like that at my house.
No, Matt very well manicures the grass at his house. It's 3-3 here at halftime between Louisville and Swope Park. Our Game on Mouthguard's halftime report continues. News and notes from around the league and more after this.
Whips it in, finds the back post. What a finish!
All these experiences are new, and the new experience is always the most exciting because it's something that you've never been a part of before. And I think that's one of the biggest draws of Greenville is to come in and to be a part of the beginning of something great.
Well, Greenville has officially been awarded a professional soccer team.
There is a big soccer presence in the upstate, and they just needed a team to rally behind. It's like, oh wow, like this is actually, this is real. And I still didn't really grasp how big it was going to be.
Racing the other way. Cuts it back. Good look. Shot coming. And in Carlos Gomez, his 4th in 2 matches. And does that seal the deal on the 3 points for the triumph?
A club is more than just the players, coaches, and front office. It's the fans. It's a whole club. We're new. No one really knows what we're about. They don't know, what we have to offer, and showing them that we offer more than just 90 minutes a week, on a Friday or Saturday night. Says everything.
He's going to go at goal. Shot and a goal! That has to be on the goal of the week. Now gets the time. Sam Warner, the fielding. Goal! Lua with the bicycle! Oh, can you see that coming? Great save by Putnam on the goal line. And Taylor with a beautiful strike. Are you kidding?
Baptist Health Foundation.
Welcome back to our Game on Mouthguard's halftime report. 3-3 between Louisville and Swope Park on a night where Louisville Cardinals are up 13-0 at Wake Forest. Lou City has a high-scoring affair of their own against Swope Park. Here are news and notes from around the USL Championship. 8 teams still alive. 4 teams, fighting for those last 2 specific spots.
It's amazing. It was this far into the season, and we still don't really know where everybody is going to land once the dust settles at the end of the regular season. But, of course, Pittsburgh at the top of the heap at the moment. They'll probably find a way to stay there if they can and play St. Louis tonight.
And Inter Miami and New England Revolution are going to have USL League One clubs. They'll begin play next year. So Beckham and Arena and the like are going to try their hand at League One. Meanwhile, let's take a look at scores going on around the league right now. Louisville looking for New York and Tampa Bay to drop points. This is our Commonwealth Credit Union roundup. Indy and Tampa Bay level in the first half.
Well, there's a long way to go in the game. Everybody in Louisville will be hoping that the Roundies can find a way to drop points so that Lou City can, if they find a way to get 3 tonight, will then have a chance at the top 4.
And plenty of action here, all on ESPN Plus there. We got plenty more coming up here. 6 goals worth of highlights. After this on our Game on Mouthguards halftime.
More athletic, more refined, more sport, more utility, more performance, more traction, more confidence. Toyota has taken RAV4, the best-selling SUV in America, and redefined what an SUV can be. Introducing the completely redesigned Toyota RAV4. Now get 1.9 financing for 60 months on a new RAV4, or a low-mileage lease on this RAV4 LE for just $199 a month. Toyota, let's go places.
Isn't it time to finally do something about your allergies? Rush allergy shots at Family Allergy and Asthma can begin to work in as little as 1 day, so you can find permanent relief faster than ever. Don't wait to feel better. Family Allergy and Asthma.
Since 1923, Corsair Charities has shown children their potential instead of their obstacles. So they see the world as a place of possibility, where great things can take flight. When you support Corsair Charities, you help elevate every aspect of a child's life. Together, our kids, an entire community, can reach new heights. There's so much more to do. Join us by donating today.
I trust you are enjoying yourself, my sweet.
Magnificent party, darling. How do you pull it off?
The usual, please.
Good afternoon, sir.
Welcome, Chad. Beautiful. I have the best people. Liquor Barn, where Kentuckians go to celebrate life. Cheers.
On the next Modern Family.
I can cry!
Oh, don't cry. You'll streak your bronzer. The big day is finally here. But this wedding is going up in flames.
I've been informed by the fire chief. We need to leave immediately.
Will they ever walk down the aisle?
This is a disaster. We have no one to marry us.
Dearly beloved, that is a problem. Thanks to $35 on the internet, you are looking at the good Reverend Philip Humphrey Dunphy.
Modern Family, Monday at 7 on WBKI, the CW.
There's a reason everyone around here complains about allergies. They're bad. But Family Allergy and Asthma can build up your immunity to what makes you miserable, ending your suffering for good. No more symptoms means no more complaining. Family Allergy and Asthma.
Game on Mouthguards halftime. Hello, fellow kids. I believe they call this lit. It's 3-3 between Louisville and Swope Park Rangers with Matt Stubbington, who's clearly cooler than I, Mike Watts. Here are your first half highlights. How about we start in the 7th minute? I mean, from the opening whistle, high octane from Louisville. You think things are going great. Long distance effort from Pedro has to be lifted away, and well, Pedro never gave up.
He never did give up. Hubbard hung out to dry by Pay. No communication in the back line. It was a stinging shot that couldn't be handled by the keeper initially, and Pedro just did a great job of following up and getting a little bit of luck on the rebound, but there was no luck about this one. Pure skill. Hernandez with the great effort to steal the ball at the halfway line, and Busio following up with a beautifully placed right-footed effort. And again, the woes for the home team continued. The ball given away cheaply, and this time it was Vanacore Decker that made no mistake with the right-footed effort putting it past Hubbard. And then it was time for the visitors to make the error in the back. Spencer coming off the bench, changing things up tactically for the home team. And he was involved in all 3 goals for Lou City FC. But it was Matt Sosa getting on the end of that combination, putting that right-footed shot in. And then this was a wonderful free kick that Sawai gets on the end of. As the ball was delivered exactly where it needs to be, bending into the far post. The defenders can't make the play on it. And then off for the clearance. And there's Spencer again getting involved. Matt Sosa gets the ball forward to Omby. The defenders collapse on Brian Omby. He knows where Hopano is, delivers the ball perfectly where it needs to be. And Hopano, he creates so many chances for himself. He needs to finish some more, but that one was important. He made no mistake with it.
Went right onto the green carpet for it. Today's stats and facts delivered by Liquor Barn, now delivering. Download the Liquor Barn app. Order online today, liquorbarn.com. That is, efficiency? How do you want to go about that?
Well, it's pretty efficient for both teams. Looking at a lot of shots taken, a lot of shots on target, and a lot of balls in the back of the net. It's not one that the goalkeepers will like to spend a lot of time looking at. Lou City will be happy that we're able to make that 62% possession count for something in the first half.
Here's our VisionWorks what to look for as we head into the second half of play, Matt.
Well, the important thing for Lou City is make sure they continue to play with tempo. When they do that, they're effective. They get the ball forward and they put pressure on Swope Park. For the visitors, they've got to stay together. When they're compact, they're more effective. They get the pitch together. They make errors, or force errors, I should say, by Lou City FC. And then the other thing is they've got to stay together. They've got to pull together. They're under a lot of pressure. Lou City want to find a way to get the 3 points. And Swope Park are playing for pride. You've got to make sure that after conceding 3 goals, they pull together and stay together as a unit to see this one out.
Pointing toward the Purple family, one final half potentially at Slugger Field. Underway, it's 3-3 between Louisville City and Swope Park Rangers. They played an incredible game in Kansas City earlier this year. Back and forth, early goalkeeping errors from Louisville. And I would be remiss not to mention that John Hackworth and I spoke at length about that game, but in large part about the goalkeeper in that game. Louisville was down to their 4th or 5th choice, and he brought in an old friend of his, an undersized goalkeeper who had great numbers at Creighton in Brian Holt. He had him in Philadelphia, brought him along in Harrisburg, thought so highly of him, and well, difficult moment for him. Poles Camp will collect this, and he kind of goes, I think a lot of people are going to look at Louisville City and his time there and say that's all there is to it. But you know, John could not have spoken more highly of him. Of course, he's happy to have Chris Hubbard back. Hubbard was injured at the time as well and came back the following game.
And that's the problem with the goalkeeper position, is that you are the last line of defense, and Holt will be remembered for a couple of errors in that game, but he also made some saves as well. And everybody has to remember, for the goalkeeper to make a mistake, the 10 players in front of him has to have done something wrong for the opposition to get the opportunity on frame, and often that goes unconsidered by the fans.
This portion of tonight's game brought to you by Luna Azul Tequila, the official tequila of Lou City. I don't know that Swope Park has exactly been baffled by it, but Louisville switched to a 3-back in this first half. We talked with some coaches who describe decisions like that as brave. I think making that decision 30 minutes, 25 minutes into the game, that your game plan didn't work and you got to scrap it, bring in Luke Spencer, drop Taylor Pay, switch to a 3-back. I think brave is the right way to describe it.
Brave, perhaps necessary. 2-0 down at the time. Something had to change, something had to give.
Kind of sliced across the face of Poles camping out.
I think the shape that Lou City have now is better. We've got 4 across the midfield, some more balance there. Allows Lou City to counter the width that Swope Park have with their 4-1-4-1 lineup.
And of course, Luke Spencer is the guy who comes in, and first thing he does is track back 30 yards and win the ball in the defensive half.
And I said at the time, it's not where you want him to be making an impact on the game, but the important thing is his teammates at the low ebb there see something positive happen.
Ownby, it's 2-on-1. Ownby try to get the cross away. Could not connect.
Sometimes he's too unselfish. I thought he had the angle for the shot. Only trying to slip it through to Hopeno. They shake hands. Here's Spencer again delivering the ball on the little flick to Ownby. Ownby going perhaps away from goal. Didn't feel like he could turn his hips through to get the shot on target. Knew that Hopeno was there or thereabouts. Good work by the Swope Park defense to block that one for the throw-in. Player down, injured though for the visitors.
He may have taken some studs there into the ankle. He is grimacing right now as a little water gets sprayed into the sock.
It's one of those, does not feel good. Decker, I believe it was on his haunches.
Nagamura following Mark Dos Santos, Nikola Popovic, 2 giant personalities. Had a team that was one of the final 2 in the East to get a victory, them and Hartford. Practically been bound together at the hip all year long. Vanacore Decker quickly returns. Taken by Spencer. He is overrun. Play on. Matsoso played it ahead. Shot is wide. It looked like Rasmussen was going to get in on the act.
Well, credit to Mr. Tassel to let this one play. Well done for Spencer to get the ball. Matsoso springs on it. And Rasmussen on the half turn. I still can't believe that ball didn't go in. Even on the replay, it looks like it went into the back of the net. And it hits the support structure of the goal behind the net and then ruffles the pink netting that we have tonight for the breast cancer awareness game.
We talk about Louisville and the end of Slugger Field. Do think that there's something to be said about the end of Swope Park Rangers as a moniker. Spencer. Ownby. Shoved off the ball. Ownby trying to continue play. Ownby curling around. It falls in front and gets cleared away from the 6. Jimenez sends it back the other way. It was Hopeno there at the byline that was complicating things and ultimately kept it in alongside Ownby.
It's good work from Rad to force Ownby wide. Never giving up on the play. Hopeno involved as well. Rasmussen just overruns the ball. And Jimenez decides to clear it out of danger at the last moment instead of shooting it on target. He'll be frustrated with that effort. Thinking it's crazy. The one name that we haven't really mentioned in this match is Del Piccolo.
Funny how that works. Ownby. Here's the captain. Second start back after 8-week spell out. McCabe, met by Freeman. And it's a throw for Swope Park. To go one step further, on September the 30th, Sporting Kansas City Sporting Club, which oversees the full organization, announced that USL Championship side next year will be called Sporting Kansas City 2. Peter Vermees speaking in that press release, saying Sporting KC2, guided by long-term goals of Sporting's MLS team, providing a bridge to the professional level for the Sporting Kansas City Academy. Of course, the sprinkling of players they bring in elsewhere, often young. There's a former Porto Academy guy on the field on this night. Some guys who came through the collegiate ranks. Spencer. Ombi must! Deflects in! From 3 goals down to 1 up, 4-3 Louisville!
The pressure pays dividends again. The turnover, and then on the front foot of the home team. You make your own luck, and Ombi a little bit fortunate with the bounce. There was the turnover, Hopino forcing it, gets it to Rasmussen. Spencer then delivers the ball to Ombi. Across the body, defenders commit. Holzkamp could not recover to claw that one out from his net. Goes into the back of the net, came off of Rad. Beautiful run of play again by Louisville City to find a way to go ahead in this match.
That goal presented by Kentucky Lottery, fueling imagination, funding education. Kentucky Lottery. Lucio, how quick is their response here from Swope? Pedro, taken away by Matsoso, turned over. Well, it's a good save by Hubbard. It didn't matter. There's a foul. Del Piccolo got dumped.
Shake of the head from John Hackworth as he goes to the bench. Sitting down. Frustrated about the foul. Pedro with good work there. A collision with Del Piccolo as the captain was trying to clear things up. John Hackworth just looking at the 4th official and saying, "Where's the card?"
Anywho, to go one step further, the SPR Believe concept and playing at Swope Park, one of the great names in this league, au revoir. Dumped over the top, Vanacore Decker laying it in front, chance to finish, sliding save, Hubbard. There's no time for anything in this game. It's a pinball machine.
Well, this is a wonderful save. Vanacore Decker staying onside, delivers the ball in. Matsosa is the player that deflects it. Hernandez running across the face of the goalkeeper. And Hubbard with the hockey-style kick save there. Keeping his feet moving, sliding to his near post to deflect that one out. Pure footwork there from the goalkeeper.
Lindsay, Hernandez. Ball for Hernandez taken away by Jimenez. Spencer tries to face up. He goes down. Play continues.
Good use of the body there from Rad to shoulder Spencer off of the ball.
Lucio putting one off Spencer's chin inadvertently. This will come all the way back. City fans can get their team merchandise, including the October scarf of the month, just in time. Kits, hats, flags, and more. LouisvilleCityFC.com, any home game, or at our permanent location, 4th Street Live. Sport some gear to support your team.
They'll be putting these unis out for sale. White and pink, pretty snazzy.
Hope so. Spencer holding things up. Holmby. Cutting the cross, diving effort by Smith. And Matsoso goes down, free kick.
Well, there was definitely contact from Lindsay, but I think Matsoso was already on his way to the turf. Great work from the Lou City midfielder to get the ball alive. Cuts inside, he's already lost his balance. It's actually Pedro that makes the contact. Trailing from behind. So you can see why the foul was given, but I think perhaps Lou City are a little fortunate on this occasion. Similar position for the service of the second goal. This free kick is, although see at the other end of the field. It's a little closer in. Surprised to see McCabe put this one on frame.
Polskamp doesn't seem like he'd be surprised either. Starting to shade away. McCabe lifting. Ownby goes into Vanacore. Decker flicked on towards Sawahi. Del Piccolo.
This is the one that really bugs me, is that the ball has to come out of the penalty area off of the goal kick, and yet you get a mulligan. For me, the ball should go to the opposition on an indirect free kick. I mean, if you can't get it...
From where?
From where the ball was touched. I mean, if you can't get this right, you should not be allowed to have another go at it. Hit the ball off, out of bounds off the tee, take your medicine, and drop it for 3.
There's a new rule here. All right, Pedro. Pedro on the cutback. Pedro won't stop. Pedro goes down, and it was all ball. Ownby flies back.
Good job by the official there, making it clear the decision and why the decision was made. A question mark can be had by the players. Lindsay with the opportunity on the clever back heel there from Pedro.
Corner.
Back heel just froze Ownby and Jimenez for a moment. Unable to get the service across into the danger area was Lindsay.
Busio. That bounced all the way through. And it's going to be a yellow card. And yes, Pollock, the Belgium, is 7th of the year.
So 4 roses, Bourbon yellow card for his trouble. But this was a tactical foul from the corner kick. City were going forward. As Hopino was dragged to the ground. Here is Pedro going to the ground. Piccolo reaching in. Perhaps some contact. I don't think so. Kept him pulling out of the challenge. Right decision there, I think, from Mr. Tattersall.
It's worth noting, because we're at card counting time of the year, no players that are going to feature in this game are a yellow card away from a suspension. So no one's going to get taken out of the final game of the year based on tonight. Ownby. Further still. Comes to Polskamp, and this portion of tonight's game brought to you by Game On Mouth Guards. Spencer.
Swope Park struggling to get the ball forward and connect some passes. City continuing to put the pressure on, making it so difficult for the visitors to break the pressure and get up the pitch together. As Alec comes off.
And on comes Juan Kuzain, Juan Kamal. Malaysian Messi, as he was called amongst the St. Louis Scott Gallagher Academy kids back in the day. Sub brought to you by MHS Global.
Swope Park substitution. In the game, number 75, Kuzain. Using number 98, Oliver.
They put him down as just Kuzain on the lineup card.
I'm glad. You know how I struggle.
There's contact there, but referee doesn't blow. That would be a potential penalty based on which side of the box that came on. McCabe, Popino tried to let it run on.
Great recovery from Lindsay on this near sideline, getting back quickly to his right back position. Hustling back to keep the shape defensively for Swope Park. Coach will appreciate that type of work rate. See how deep though Swope Park are playing. It's so difficult to get up in support of Vanacore Decker. This is where you have to start pushing up together as a team as New City start playing the ball backward.
And I'll say this, June the 2nd, a new rule came into effect. Goal kick is no longer required to leave the penalty area before a teammate touches the ball. It is immediately in play as soon as the goalkeeper touches it, but different leagues have put it in play at different times. So with that happening in June, USL Championship among those who have not adopted it yet. There you go. Well, and hey, there's a rule for that.
We got rid of the mulligan, that's good.
Yeah. And there should be punishment, but an indirect free kick seems a little strong. Jimenez. And it's a foul from Oscar Jimenez.
Good work by both players, Jimenez and Lindsay. Lindsay getting goal side. Good recovery. There's the player getting goal side, forcing the error from Oscar Jimenez. Work rate continues from Lindsay. If I could just talk my local golf course to get rid of the out of bounds on the third hole, I'd be good.
Only the third? Hernandez. I have no right to talk. Matt might have a handicap. There aren't numbers big enough to get to my handicap. Visit LouCity.com. Check out the virtual stadium tour. We showed it to you at halftime. You can scope out the view from every seat in the brand new Lynn Family Stadium before calling 502 Lou City to get your season tickets. Cross lifted and handled. Got away from Pedro. Lindsay. Pedro for Hernandez.
Good job there from Suai, understanding where Zane had run to. Gets into the passing lane, clears the danger. Substitute trying to get forward into the attacking third, make something happen. See Nagamura just encouraging his team forward, knowing that there's still something in this match for them. A lot of time left.
Huh. 13 minutes without a goal. Who would have thunk? Big collision there in midfield, Ownby. Plenty of time, but is there another goal in this game, Matt?
I hope so.
Mike Watts, Matt Stubbington, home finale for Louisville City. Close out at Memphis next Saturday. It's unclear what'll still be on the line at that point. The Swope Park Rangers, one more game at Indy midweek, and then their season ends a few days earlier than most others. Swope Park saw their 3-year playoff streak end, a year in which their second half surge wasn't enough to overcome their slow start. They have picked up 10 points in their last 6 games, but it came after they were already eliminated from playoff contention.
That also tells you how dangerous an opponent they are, and we've seen it tonight. They're a team that are playing for pride. They're a team with something to prove, and a team that they just don't give up.
I mean, talking with John Hackworth about Hartford over the course of this year, he goes, they're a scary team. They had to go gut out a win at Hartford about a month ago during that 10-game unbeaten streak. A lot of people probably penciled that in as a W. Not that easy.
A couple of bounces off of the woodwork different, and Hartford might still be in the playoff picture.
Well, a couple. A few.
A few, but I mean, they've had their bad luck, that's for sure.
No doubt. Swope can make the same argument. Of course, they did swipe 3 points off Louisville earlier this year, back in May. Feels like eons ago.
Can't believe that we're coming to the close of the season.
Ownby trying to keep it in. Knocked out by Rad. Cave didn't play at all a year ago. This is 20th start. 19-year-old from Durham, North Carolina. Or an 18-year-old. He's had a nice season for Swope Park. Jimenez. Matt Soso, whose goal started to turn the tide in this game. Covered by Alexander. Slide by Rasmussen off the mark, and here comes Swope Park. Hernandez stripped away by Ownby. Louisville tonight notably without Tosh and Craig. Francis and Williams are with Jamaica, as Jamaica gets a goal from Speedy in CONCACAF Nations League this evening. Rasmussen make it 5.
Calmness personified. Rasmussen in the box. Confident in his technique. A little bit fortunate. He gets the deflection to go his way. But that's the type of night it is for Lou City. It comes off Smith, falls kindly for Rasmussen. I thought he was going to shoot it first time, but no, he commits the goalkeeper and slips it under the despairing dive of Polskamp. For another goal that is presented by the Kentucky Lottery, fueling imagination, funding education, the Kentucky Lottery. Rasmussen's 12th of the season.
Second time this year that Louisville has scored 5 goals at home. Yellow card comes out. Hernandez into the book. Scored 5 against Atlanta United, 2. Beg your pardon, third time. They scored 5 against Red Bull, 2.
And there's that Four Roses bourbon foul just going through the back of Matt Sosa. The referee thought for a moment about playing the advantage. Decides not to, as Matt Sosa is going to get some attention from the athletic training staff. Hernandez has had a really good night. Here's the foul. And Pedro not paying attention to where Matt Sosa was. He had eyes only for the ball. Some contact with the knee to the back of Matt Sosa's head. An unfortunate collision there. Sosa is up. Hernandez was the instigator in the second goal that was so beautifully finished by Busio, winning the ball at the halfway line and then just head down, business-like, getting into the attacking third and cutting it back beautifully for Busio to finish with aplomb.
And fans, a reminder, this Lou City's final regular season home game, Slugger Field. Playoff dates and pairings be finalized the Sunday next week as the final games are played. Visit LouCity.com or call 502-LOU-CITY for any potential home playoff dates. For being entirely honest, Matt, the best scenario for Louisville is 4th. But barring that, as a Lou City fan, you're kind of hoping they don't get another home game unless the seeds fall that way later in the playoffs. Does that mean you're playing in the play-in round? That's an extra game on Wednesday, and that's a lot on the legs. Even if you want to have one more party at Slugger Field, it's a big ask.
The players, the coaching staff, and the fans alike will give that party a miss if it means that the players can get that extra bit of rest. The skill there from Hernandez.
Ball slid across, and this time Sawahi goes to ground and knocks it free.
Too many players there for Swope getting in the way to isolate Lindsay on that right side. Force the ball backward, that relieves the pressure. Lou City can try and get it going forward. Unable to do so. Alexander, we haven't talked about him going forward at all. Doing well to dispossess Hopino there for a moment.
Put this game in perspective. This is the 9th time in franchise history the team has scored 5 or more goals in a game. They've done it 7 times at home. And they have scored 6 in a game 3 times. Last from distance. Look to side. Spencer, Matsoso. Rasmussen plays it ahead, back toward Matsoso, deflecting around, gets hooked away from the goal mouth. Corner coming.
Well, Matsoso was going to get a second. It was all a little untidy, but it was all commitment from Lou City. And again, the bounces gone the way of the home team, and Polscap must have been panicked that that one was going to go into the back of the net, this time from his own player as it bounced off of Hussein and off of Smith.
Short corner. Played along Sawahi, and there's number 6. Rasmussen adds another. And it's a record-setting night at Slugger Field.
Again, the short corner kick. Ball goes out to the beginning of the attacking third. Seemed like the set piece had been wasted. Watts delivers it into the back post. Suahi across the face of goal. 4 Lou City players are crashing the net. And it's Rasmussen that's able to get on the end of it. Thought the goalkeeper had got a touch, but he didn't. Rasmussen got the important one into the back of the net.
That goal presented by the Kentucky Lottery, fueling imagination, funding education, the Kentucky Lottery. Second of the night, 13th of the year. I'm not sure that comeback player of the year is something that's talked about in the USL Championship. It's something they should probably look at for Rasmussen. Lepley on for Freeman, sub brought to you by MHS Global. Curled service gets smashed out by Watts. A fan said the Twitter vote for tonight's Dr. Mark Lennon Associates VisionWorks Man of the Match. Poll open for the next 10 minutes. You can vote now at twitter.com/LouCityFC.
Good luck with that decision.
Service knocked across and headed out of play by Rad. Jake Davis will come on as the final sub for Swope Park. Sub brought to you by MHS Global. Hernandez comes off.
Positive contribution tonight by Hernandez.
Slipped ahead, Hopino. Well, he feels like he's been unjustly. Well, this is not for the play on the field. This is for simply talking too much to the referee. Hopino feels like he's been wronged 3 or 4 times in this game. He'll go into the book.
Your team has scored 6 unanswered. You've also got one of the goals. I understand you're frustrated, but at this point you're 6-3 up. You don't need to start throwing your toys out the pram. Quite rightly goes into the book. You can't do that.
This portion of tonight's game brought to you by Toyota. Let's go places. Pedro! Steered aside by Hubbard. Zé Pedro scored the lone, hard-working, blue-collar, some might call ugly goal of the game, and he almost had the best.
It's a wonderful save from Hubbard. Again, an opportunistic strike, testing the goalkeeper.
Davis goes into it, free kick, Louisville. A couple changes coming for Louisville here down the stretch. As they'll explore the back end of their bench. George Davis will come on. Brian Ownby is done. Sub brought to you by MHS Global, above and beyond. And on comes Ballard. That's enough for Hopino. Sub, you guessed it, brought to you by MHS Global, above and beyond. For Ballard, it is his 2nd appearance of the season. And his 35th in a Lou City uniform after a rookie year where he scored 3 goals, appeared 29 times. Injuries have cut the last 2 seasons far too short.
A little bit of frustration for Hopino coming out. Thought that he had a goal to give in this second half.
Tonight's attendance presented by Hometown.
C. Davis the fourth and Ballard getting into the action.
Lucio looked to slip through. 12,188 for the final home game potentially at Slugger Field. It is a season high.
Yellow card coming for Captain Del Piccolo. Exactly sure for what, but may have been that the captain talked himself into that one.
Del Piccolo's 3rd this year. No, this is his 6th pro club. Four Roses Bourbon presenting that yellow. And talking with him last year before the USL Championship final about what he remembered from his MVP performance against Swope Park in 2017. Said, hey, this is the first time I've really won anything of this magnitude. So many of his friends have been in the crowd over the years. Ballard, another Louisville kid. Oh, he put it in! Richard Ballard! The extra point is good! And the Louisville native may well shut the doors on this place. A club record 7 goals in the game. Their most in a league match ever.
Look at that touch from McCabe. The long diagonal ball, delivers it onto the foot of Ballard. Rasmussen wants the hat trick. Ballard is having none of it. Commits the defender Smith, thumps the ball with the right leg, through the goalkeeper and into the back of the net.
He's played 10 minutes all year. That's his first goal. It's presented by Kentucky Lottery, fueling imagination, funding education. Kentucky Lottery. Swope Park led this game in the 34th minute, 3-0. And they have conceded 7 in the last hour.
Crazy night of soccer tonight. Wonderful, wonderful entertainment. Some of the goals have been absolutely spectacular. The touch there from McCabe was sublime to just deliver that onto the foot of Ballard. And it wasn't his first touch of the game, it was his 3rd or 4th that he put into the back of the net. But John Hackworth looks like an absolute genius making that change.
Alexander being ushered off by the referee. There's some kind of issue there. Swope's used all their subs. You know, Matt, I'll say this about Swope Park. At no point did I feel like they abandoned playing in favor of simply getting out of here without any more damage. And I give them, I think, credit. I think it's deserved. And they did lead this game 3-0. For about half an hour, they looked the better team. Most goals in a game in a USL Championship match in Louisville's 5-year history.
When you look at Swope Park, the first 7 minutes of the game, they could have just folded up their tents and gone home. It was all Lou City at that point. And then Pedro, with his hard work, following up the rebound of his own shot, gets the ball in the back of the net. And then a couple of special moments, one off the foot of Lucio and then the other one of Vanacore Decker, and everybody in the crowd thought that it was going to be a down night for the home team, and the air was sucked out of the stadium. Then all of a sudden, Luke Spencer comes in. The tactical lineup was shifted. Ever since then, it pretty much has been all Blue City. You're right, Swope Park has never given up.
There can't be another, can there? Spencer, Davis! Off the base of the crossbar, and it's a goal! Number 8, George Davis the fourth. Even he can't believe it. A game that literally defies all logic. Gosh, did the Kentucky Lottery get their money today. That goal presented by Kentucky Lottery, fueling imagination, funding education, Kentucky Lottery.
Spencer involved again, gets the pass from Ballard. Ball played forward on the slip ball from number 23. Great strength from Spencer. At that point, George Davis IV is wondering, how did I miss that with all the goals that have been scored this game? He gets his third of the year. Credit to the official on the far sideline, being Johnny on the spot and making sure that the ball did cross the line.
Can you believe Louisville went for 2? Well, the wheels fell off for Swope Park in this game. It's a regrettable beginning to the final road swing of their season, here in which it just never seemed to go right. And they continue to put good players into MLS. The pipeline is very much alive. But this one's going to sting a bit as they bus up to Indianapolis for the final game of their season.
Really, this game encapsulates 2019 for them. A game in which lots of things went right. The effort was there, but the luck was not. They couldn't find a way to hold the advantage, and now they'll be feeling that the referee's whistle is going against them every time it's blown as well.
The clock is stopped at 90 minutes. Official time is being kept on the field.
2 minutes of a Sullivan University stoppage time.
Unbelievable with all the goals, and it's only 2 minutes in the second half.
By the way, the club record is 9 goals. It was against the Tartan Devils in the first round of the Open Cup.
They still have time. The way this match is gone, of course not with passes like that from Jimenez. Still Swope look to go forward.
Vanacore Decker. Referee thought about it. Vanacore Decker probably in any other scenario gets a little more consideration there.
Presented by West Brothers.
Hubbard waves everybody forward.
Final seconds now. Goodbye, Slugger Field. Louisville scores 8 unanswered. 8-3 winners against Swope Park in what appears to be their Slugger Field finale. Eight goals scored tonight, a USL Championship single-game club record for Louisville City. all after the 35th minute when they were down 3-0.
It was a game where it was all Swope Park for the first 30 minutes or so. Big credit with John Hackworth. He went to his bench. He brought this man in. He changed the tactical lineup. And Luke Spencer, with his hard work, was involved in many of the goals tonight for the home team. Wins the man of the match tonight.
City fans can enter to win a limited edition breast cancer awareness jersey before they go on sale. Details, LouCity.com/contests. Pink jerseys, special night at Slugger Field. They'll lock the doors potentially for good for Lou City Soccer at Slugger Field and move across the interstate to the sparkling Lynn Family Stadium next year. 8-3 the final. Post-game coming up next.
At Dr. Mark Lennon Associates, I focus on taking care of my family, but I also focus on taking care of your family. We firmly believe that you've got to give back. Our primary goal is to do what's right for the patient. If that means glasses, contacts, or treating an eye condition, we will be sure you get the care that you need. We want to take care of you the same way we take care of all our family. This is our family. And here at Dr. Mark Lennon Associates, we're focused on your family, the community, and most importantly, your vision.
Isn't it time to finally do something about your allergies? Rush allergy shots at Family Allergy and Asthma can begin to work in as little as 1 day, so you can find permanent relief faster than ever. Don't wait to feel better. Family Allergy and Asthma.
Since 1923, COSAIR Charities has shown children their potential instead of their obstacles. So they see the world as a place of possibility, where great things can take flight. When you support COSAIR Charities, you help elevate every aspect of a child's life. Together, our kids, an entire community, can reach new heights. There's so much more to do. Join us by donating today.
Well, I met you shortly after I moved here, and I knew you were a great person then, and always admired your work, and now I get to work with you.
We have about 44 years of experience as journalists in Louisville.
Yes.
Yet we're just really getting to know each other and looking forward to working together.
To join WDRB, I knew the coverage was so comprehensive and thorough. To have the staff to do different stories at 5, great coverage for the community the way it should be.
There's a reason everyone around here complains about allergies. They're bad. But Family Allergy and Asthma can build up your immunity to what makes you miserable, ending your suffering for good. No more symptoms means no more complaining. Family Allergy and Asthma.
Well, believe it. 8-3 Louisville over Swope Park. Swope led 3-0. As Louisville has done over the last 5 years, which they've utterly dominated their opposition. They say goodbye to Slugger Field, potentially for the last time, with their 54th win. And goals number 172, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, and 79.
You could count that high.
Let's take a look at our full-time highlights here. As Swope Park Rangers in the opening 10 minutes made you think, uh-oh, well, this didn't go according to script, and this certainly did not go according to script. It's Pedro on both ends.
Oh, Pedro with a wonderful strike, testing the goalkeeper. No communication in the inexperienced back line as Pay plays it back to Hubbard, and Hubbard hits it off of the backside of Pedro, who was Johnny on the spot with all of the hustle, and fortunate to put that one in the back of the net. There was nothing fortunate about this. It was all skill. Hernandez with great work at the halfway line, gets his head down, commits the defenders, finds Bucio, who just delivers a sublime finish with the right foot. And then Pedro picks up the mistake, plays it down to Vanacore Decker, and then he makes no mistake with the right peg. And at that point, everybody in the stadium was thinking, oh, this isn't what we anticipated. And then Luke Spencer comes on. The tactical lineup is changed. Spencers are involved. Played across the front line. Rasmussen, Hopeno find the way to get the ball to Matsosa. And he gets the first of what would be 8. Set piece ensuing. Suai gets on the end of a superb delivery. Wonderful skill by the big centre back to get that one into the back of the net. And then it continues in the first half. Ombi finds Hopeno. Hopeno finds the back of the net. sliding effort. Gets the ball into the back of the net, past the goalkeeper. And then it was as you were for the home team in the second half. This time, instead of provider, Ombi, with a bit of fortune on the deflection, becomes the finisher as the goalkeeper is left clawing at thin air because of the deflection. And then, cool as you like. Technique, wonderful from Rasmussen, commits the goalkeeper Polskamp, and then just toe pokes it under the dive. Wonderful from the Dane. I've lost count of what the score was at that point in the game.
That is 5-3. Rasmussen says, I'll do it again.
Again, a set piece. This one I thought was all for naught as Watts delivers the ball in. Suahi involved, header back across the face of goal. And it's Rasmussen that reacts quickest. And then John Hackworth sends on the super subs. Wonderful touch from McKay. Finds Ballard. Ballard. He's got nothing but eyes to the back of the net. Rasmussen wanted a hat trick, was asking for the ball. Ballard said, no, this is all mine. Gets his first of the season and then is involved in the build-up for the 8th goal of the match. Spencer is given the ball. Davis the 4th gets on the end of the pass. Great strength there from Spencer. Davis the 4th thinks that he's missed his opportunity, but the assistant on the far sideline starts running back to the halfway line to indicate that the ball did cross the line for the 8th of the game.
This is a deep cut among TV production people. Do you know how hard it is to run out of highlight music and have to start another song? Today's stats and facts are delivered by Liquor Barn. Now delivering. Download the Liquor Barn app or order online today, liquorbarn.com.
Well, the statistics say it all. It's a wonderful effort from Louisville City. 9 shots on target. Polskamp will not be happy with the fact that of those 9, he only managed to stop 1. But there were some special goals scored in this game tonight from both teams. But it's Lou City that got the moves of the game to get the job done in the end.
Let's take a look at our Toyota move of the game. Toyota, let's go places. Matt Soso stripping it free.
Great work by Matt Sosa. He got the ball rolling in the first half of the first goal, and then lovely work there. Hard work to get on the ball, commits the defender, and then wins the free kick as he gets fouled as he goes across the face of Pedro.
Well, fans getting one more look at their team here as it stands. The scores around the league would indicate that Louisville is still in the 6th spot. Tampa Bay has moved into 3rd, and Indy drops to 4th. So as it stands right now, it would be Lou City at Tampa Bay to begin the Eastern Conference playoffs on the opening Saturday. 12,188. 5 years of incredible memories. 8 goals from 7 different goal scorers. And a Lou City win for the ages. For our director, Jonathan Tellicher, Miguel Manella, producer Abel Ponte, Matt Stubbington, our wonderful Vista World Link team, Mike Watts saying au revoir, so long, goodbye Slugger. Louisville 8, Swope Park 3. Good night.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League Championship cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League Championship.